Welcome to the WB Mason Coaches Report. I'm here with Hofstra softball head coach Larissa Anderson. Thanks for joining us today, Coach.
My pleasure.
The Pride opened conference play this weekend with a 3-game series against James Madison. Pride dropped both games in the doubleheader on Saturday, but beat the number 10 team Dukes on Sunday with a 5-2 win. Coach, what does it say about your team's mentality that they were able to turn things around on Sunday and get that win after a couple tough losses on Saturday?
It was the discipline at the plate that really set the tone. And it was great to see that they made adjustments. Megan Good is an outstanding pitcher, probably one of the best that we've seen so far this year. But they stayed disciplined. They established the strike zone. They didn't swing at her pitch. We hit the ball well. We hit the ball hard on the ground, which created a lot more opportunities for us.
That was Megan Good's first loss of the season. She was 18-0 before that. What was kind of the satisfaction in serving her first loss?
And it's giving James Madison a conference loss. You know, that's huge. We know they're an outstanding team, and Megan is an outstanding pitcher. And it's a matter of competing and establishing who we are within the conference and getting us back to where we need to be.
Freshman pitcher Sarah Cornell struggled a little bit on Saturday, but she also turned things around pretty well on Sunday. What did you see from her? What adjustments did she make in the circle from Saturday to Sunday?
You know, the biggest thing all year that we've been establishing with our pitchers is to get ahead early, to be able to throw strike one. And when you face a team like James Madison and that level of play, you can't always throw strike one because they're going to be very aggressive. So she has to understand and recognize that that's happening during the game and to be able to counteract that. Not continually throw the same pitch in the same spot and expect to get the same result. It's a game of cat and mouse. So she has to understand where she has to throw the ball, what result is she trying to create, and even if she does get behind in the count and go ball one, what did that pitch serve? And that has to have a purpose.
In the first game on Saturday, James Madison took a lead, but then the Pride started to come back a little bit, and it was 8-4. They put Megan Good back in at that point. What does that move kind of say about their respect for your team?
Absolutely, and that's immediately what I said to the team, that how much respect he has for us. And he knows that, you know, if we're given an opportunity, we're going to take advantage of it. And, you know, I don't blame him for pulling her immediately because the score was what it was to be able to save her for game two. But then putting her back in because, you know, he doesn't want the game to get out of hand. And we battled, you know, we saw 3 pitchers that game and then they came back with Megan Good and we continued to battle. We just let too many runs up.
Throughout the weekend, you got offensive production from a bunch of different parts of your lineup. What did you like about that and how your team was doing at the plate this weekend?
What I look at is every individual player. Are they making adjustments? Do they know what they're looking for? Do they have a plan? Do they have an approach? And for the most part, they did. And you got to be able to hit good pitches and hit your pitch, not hit the pitcher's pitch. Because the pitcher's pitch will always generate a bad result. So we immediately say, are we on time? Get yourself on time and swing good pitches and have a plan what you're trying to do. And for the most part, every pitcher did. When the pitcher makes a great pitch, you got to tip your cap. And you got to say, okay, you got me that time, but you're not going to get me again.
You have Rutgers on Wednesday at home. Played them earlier in the season, beat them 3-1 in extra innings. What are you expecting to see from them tomorrow now that both teams have a couple more games under their belts?
They're swinging the bat very well. They're putting up some great offensive numbers. We have to take care of what we can do. We got to swing at good pitches, and we have to continue to do that throughout the entire year. We can't worry about what the other team in the other dugout's doing. We got to take care of what we can do. And so that's the biggest thing. We know that their pitching is not dominant like a Megan Good. So we have to be able to control that strike zone and not try to do too much.
With that big win against JMU on Sunday, do you think that brings a little bit of momentum coming into Rutgers and then Towson back in conference play this weekend?
I hope it builds confidence, and that's the big thing. When you face a team like Oregon and even Fordham and James Madison, you're being pushed and you're having to play at a higher level. And so with the win against James Madison just shows to the team that we're able to play at that level, and hopefully it builds some confidence that we can carry some momentum into the rest of the conference play.
The Pride has some home games this weekend, hosting Rutgers on Wednesday at 4 p.m. at Bill Edwards Stadium, before hosting a 3-game series against conference opponent Towson on Saturday and Sunday. This has been the WB Mason Coaches Report with Hofstra softball head coach Larissa Anderson. Thanks for joining us, Coach.
My pleasure.